Hi guys. Hi SC Pilgrim 2. What's up? I'm outside today. Welcome to Travel Scope Travel Tuesday. I have little breakouts from my trip last week. Hey guys, welcome. I hope you can hear me. It's a little windy out, but it's a beautiful day. Hello, hello, hello to you. Besos, hearts, hearted up. I'm still recovering from jet lag from spending the whole week on the West Coast. Hey, Sky Chai Travels, welcome to Travel Scope Travel Tuesday. So last week I was in Los Angeles, where I am from, back on the East Coast in Atlanta, and you can see behind me. Hey, thanks for joining me. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of weird because in LA all last week it was humid, and they said you brought the humidity with you. Like, you know, in Southern California, you need your coat at night. You need a windbreaker. It gets cold. And it wasn't. It was humid. It felt like it was Atlanta. Here, when I returned, people were saying, "Hey, we got LA weather here." So, hey, I don't know. I'm not that narcissistic to think it's me, but I'm totally enjoying this weather here in LA. So I want to tell you guys, before I get into your questions, I have about like 6 to 10 questions, and then you guys can question it up there too. But I went on the TMZ tour in Los Angeles. Now, I'm from LA, but I was working on a story for US News and World Report on touristy things that locals should do in Los Angeles. And so I went on the TMZ tour, and one of the tips was to take like a Hollywood bus tour, but why not take the TMZ tour? Because there were so many rave reviews about it. And I gotta tell you, it was totally worth it. For an adult ticket, it cost about $55. For kids, I think $44. Thanks for sharing, Sky High Travels. Welcome, Raymond. Thanks for joining. So the TMZ tour was totally fun. So if you've ever seen the TMZ show, it's really much more entertaining. So you're basically on the hunt for celebrities, and when you're on the hunt for celebrities, if you spot a celebrity, they will reward you. The tour guide will pull out his camera, and you could possibly be on the TMZ show. So like, you're taking the tour, but they're also like working for the show at the same time. And it was totally hilarious because with every stop, like, they would stop by the Hollywood In-N-Out, which I had been to like a million times, but they had clips of like celebrities spotted at the In-N-Out. So anyways, thanks guys for all the love, all the hearts. So that was one of the things I did. And the other thing that locals don't do, is stop and take a picture by the Hollywood sign. And I kind of had a journey doing that because I looked up all the best like locations, like Hollywood, the mall at Hollywood and Vine, but I thought it was Hollywood and Vine, which Hollywood and Vine, that is not a good spot, but you have to go inside the mall. Just a tip for that. Then we went, of course, to the Griffith Park Observatory, and I was trying to get like a really good picture. So I had about 3 different stops, and none of them were like really great pictures. Like, I wanted like a selfie with like the Hollywood sign really close behind me, unless you go up there. And then we tried to take the journey up to, like, no one can exactly tell you how to get up, but if you've been up the hill, then you know how to do it. So I brought a local with me, and we took the car and we tried to go up the dusty road, and we didn't quite make it. So I vlogged that, and I will post it one day soon on the Daily Affair. Daily-affair.com is my lifestyle website where I have 10 contributors, and I kind of contribute my travel logs and travel tips on there too. So anyways, and then the other thing that locals should do is, of course, while you're in Hollywood, see the Walk of Fame and see the Chinese Man Theater. And we saw the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which is different than the Hollywood Wax Museum. That's something that you should know, because I was having people meet me there and they kept stopping at the Hollywood Wax Museum. Most people don't know that Madame Tussauds is there. They've been there, they said, 6 years. So they're fairly new to the area. So that was basically my LA trip. And it's crazy because I travel like at least once a week, and a lot of times international trips, and I don't get jet lag. This time I'm totally tired, which this is like, my next trip is to DC, which I leave, what's today, Tuesday? I leave tomorrow. I leave Wednesday to DC for the rest of the week. And so these two and a half days, I'm trying to play makeup, and I keep sleeping. So I have to honor my body, which, you know, travelers out there, you know, you have to do. Okay, so your answers your travel questions, you had about 6 of the same questions over and over, so I'm going to run through them. How far in advance do you need to book a ticket? So I used to say it would be like 14 days. If you were at least 14 days in advance to book a ticket, then you would kind of be safe. That is no longer, people, no longer. For domestic flights, it has to be at least, the sweet spot I would say would be like 6 weeks in advance. That's not to say that you can score some last minute travel deals, which like I forgot to book my ticket to Nicaragua, which I'm supposed to go next week, and I looked and I can fly under 500 to Nicaragua, but it's on a flight. It's on a carrier that I'm not a fan of, which is Spirit. And so I will tell you, I have no shame in my game. Spirit and Frontier, never. And they're actually, when you add up all the extra fees that they have on those flights, on those carriers, they're actually not cheaper. So, right, LOL, like, so like right now, I forgot to book, I'm supposed to go to Nicaragua next week. I forgot to book the flight. When I should have booked the flight, it was going to be around $300. So I looked this morning, and because my host said you didn't book your flight, and I was like, oh, I thought you guys were doing it. So I looked this morning, the flight is like on Delta or American, like $555 at weird times. I can make it. But that's like over $200 more than what I should have paid. It comes up under Spirit Airlines for about $329 or $359. But as you know, on Spirit, they charge you not only for the luggage that you carry, like not extra luggage, but like your carry-ons they charge you for. So basically, if you just carried a purse, a little tiny purse, because they measure the purse, like a little tiny purse, you can avoid baggage fees on Spirit. Otherwise, they will charge you for a roll-on, carry-on, or a checked bag, and so that's like $30 to $35 depending on what you do, and then they charge you for water, soda, everything. So I avoid those, and plus it's not a pleasant experience on those carriers. So that's what happens when you book at the last minute. But the sweet spot for domestic travel is about 6 weeks, and the sweet spot for international travel is about 3 months. Now, of course, I said there are all these exceptions. The second question, the most question that you guys ask is there still a magical day like Tuesday or Wednesday to book? And my answer is no. But there still is a magical day to fly. Tuesday and Wednesday, if you fly in or out, you will the ticket prices are a bit lower. So just to be clear, to book, like I want to book my ticket today is Tuesday, that's not going to make a difference if you like are within the 6 weeks or the 3 months for international travel. It's not going to make that big of a difference. It's on the day that you fly. If it's a Tuesday or Wednesdays, those are the cheaper dates. Okay. And then the next question that you guys been asking is how to avoid checking bags, even, what is it? I can't read my notes. How funny. How do I avoid, because I always say, I know it is, my slogan is like, checking bags is for suckers, right? So I could take a 10-day trip and not check a bag. Just my carry-on, my personal item, and my roller bag. Because I don't believe in checking bags because they want to charge it. Watch, I'm going to do some magic and put everything I need in my 2 bags and carry it on the plane. But sometimes I have this one roll-on luggage that is kind of like deceiving, and I trick you. Now, if it's so obvious that it should be checked, you're not going to get away with this. But one of the ways to avoid checking bags is what you guys are asking is, somebody's about to interrupt my, somebody was about to interrupt me. Okay, is one of the ways to avoid checking bags is to just take it to the gate. And then if it is a little oversized, like my one cheating bag, then they will check it for you without a charge. So that's an easy breezy tip. So just take it to the gate, go through security with it, take it through the gate. They're not going to charge you. Never has that happened to me. The only thing is that you have to wait for your check bag after the flight, which is why checking bags is for suckers. Okay, the other question I get a lot, because I just finally enrolled into the Global Traveler program. So this is for the followers who are domestic here in the US. The global, is it worth it, is what people are asking. So far, so good. Global Travel program is worth it. It's $100. TSA pre is 89 or 85 bucks, which the difference with global travel is that you're not guaranteed, and I'm going to use quotey fingers for TSA pre, but I will tell you, if you put your known traveler number in on all of your carriers, you will most likely be TSA pre. And that has happened to me and other travelers that I know that are in part of the global travel program. They always get TSA pre too. So they say they cannot guarantee it because they are separate programs, but there is a friendliness amongst those programs where if you have a known travel number and you're in the global travel program, you most likely will be TSA pre. So that's the other question. Travel insurance, is it worth it? That is a major one. I'm in the top 3 questions that you guys are asked. So I accumulated all the questions that you guys asked, and this one happens a lot. Now, I will tell you, as a professional traveler, I have never bought or purchased travel insurance. But that's not to say that it's not worth it, and there aren't cases that I would consider it. But just, it's never come up where I really felt in my gut that I needed to get it. Now, I will tell you things to consider, and then you will make your own decision. Where you're going, if it's very, very international, like I'm saying, like Thailand, and you're there for a long time, you might want to consider it. Weather, are you going to the Caribbean during hurricane season? Then you might want to consider travel insurance. Does your health insurance cover international travel? If it does not, then you might want to consider travel insurance. Baggage protection, because checking bags is for suckers. The other reason checking bags is for suckers is because if you have your luggage with you, or your carry-ons with you at all times, then you likely won't lose it, right? But if you check it, then the percentage of them losing it or misplacing it or having it delayed will increase. So baggage protection, if that is something that you need to consider, like if you are going to Thailand for 10 days, even though I can just take a carry-on myself and pack everything I need in my 2 carry-ons, but if that is you and you want to check a bigger bag, then you might want to consider travel insurance. And if flight delays might cause you some problems, then you might want to consider travel insurance, although there are ways to benefit from flight delays without buying travel insurance. Like if the flight delay is the carrier's problem, then you might want to consider travel insurance. So those are things to consider if you want to buy travel insurance. Sorry, I had a little malfunction there. And just to let you know, travel insurance costs anywhere between $50 to $300 per trip, depending on your trip. So that's another thing to consider, which is why I never bought one before, bought a plan before. And then the number 2 top question that you guys have asked is how to travel on a budget. And the short answer for that is research, plan, and then pounce on the deal. Research, plan, and pounce on the deal. That's how you travel on a budget. On the Daily Affair, daily-affair.com, I have talked about this number of times, many different ways, because there are many different tips to travel on a budget. So go check out that website and click travel, and then you'll see the different deals, from like how to use your cell phone for free, etc., etc. And then the number 1 travel tip, so thanks for staying around, on how to book the cheapest flights, right? And my favorite website for this is skyscanner.com. And the reason is because you can put your departure city and then you can put to everywhere. So if you have flexibility for time and location, you don't care where you're going, then it's the best resource out there. If you but you don't have flexibility on your budget, right? So you want the cheapest flight, but you can go anywhere and you can go at any time, and you want to kind of track flights. Go to skyscanner.com, click in. I meant to bring out my iPad so that I can show you step by step to walk you through it, but I think I'll make a separate video where like I can put up cool graphics and you can see it all. But basically, go to skyscanner.com, put in your origin city, then push everywhere for the destination, and then you can also refine it to cheapest month, and what will happen, will pull up the cheapest month, and the location. So like I looked this morning, you can go to Mexico for I think $230. You can go to Nicaragua for, and this is all still in September. You can go to Nicaragua for about $290, which is the flight I was actually looking for. But again, it was on the carrier Spirit Airlines. And then you can go to, I think the next one was, you can go to Colombia for about $300. So that's the number one tip on how to book the cheapest flight, is to go to skyscanner.com. They know I love them. And they love me back, right? The cool thing is that you can look at it on your desktop, and you can also download the app. So like if you were like, I'm just going to travel the road, bounce from place to place, then you can put the app on your phone, and you can be in Nicaragua and be like, oh, Thailand's on sale. I'm going to go to Thailand from here, right? So next up for me, like I mentioned earlier, I am going to DC tomorrow. I'm going for the Congressional Black Caucus. I will try to Periscope special events as they come up. I'm sorry I didn't get to do that much in LA because it was boom, 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 and it was mostly business meetings, which would kind of been boring. And then I was going to take you inside the Fox Sports studio, but I was recording a live show, so I didn't want to interrupt them while they were doing that. So I put a little video up on my social media at Dayvee Sutton for that. Follow at Dayvee Sutton on Instagram, on Twitter, and here on Periscope. If you don't follow me on Periscope, swipe to the left or swipe down depending on what phone that you have, and follow me at Dayvee Sutton, because beyond Travel Scope Travel Tuesday, I show you behind the scenes on some of the cool events that I go to.